I only have one thing I want to chat about today, and so why are we not at 75K a month yet? So something is falling apart here with either how you're reporting data or how Jason is setting.
If you run an agency or any type of B2B online business and you've struggled with one of two problems, not setting enough appointments, and those appointments that you do set are not showing, you're not alone, because one of the agencies that I am a co-owner in was struggling with these exact same issues. And in this video, you're not going to be told what we did, but you're literally just going to watch as the entire week unfolded as we fixed both our setting problem and our showed problem, and towards the end of it, how we were able to turn these two things around and inevitably close some new deals.
In terms of a challenge in the upcoming week or so, probably honestly more like getting more of the right people through the funnel and more sales calls on the calendar.
I'm suck at sales, bro.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just
pretty
bad.
good. We got to work on that. 65% show rates, 18% first call to close, and a 32.4% offer to close. Like that's honestly, you're right there, man. You just need more calls. You don't really have a sales problem, but I bet you could be closing way more. He's setting 32% of the people that pick up the phone, and then of the qualified people he speaks to, which is the number of people that you pick up minus the number of disqualified calls, he's setting 40% of them, right? And when he pitches, he has 100% set rate. So something is falling apart here with either how you're reporting data or how Jason is setting.
In terms of volume of sales calls, this Monday we took 2 sales calls. We had 3 total on the calendar. 2 were actually pretty good. One of them was very good, but I lost that deal because I didn't handle the objection pretty good. In regards to Tuesday the 6th, again, a similar theme where a lot of it was more towards training on the sales perspective, right? We had a pretty good call this Tuesday. It did not go through. The guy wasn't completely qualified, to be honest. Nevertheless, I tried to kind of dig deep, go into kind of different situations, so on and so forth. One thing I could have definitely done a much better job, although overall he was not really qualified, and I was kind of just taking it to basically get more practice. He was dealing with the same problem for 5 years, right? And I believe if I'd done a better job of digging deep enough, of him having the same exact problem within his business for 5 years, and that he pretty much has not done anything about that problem to get it fixed, I think I would have been able to build a better connection with him, and maybe actually get a sale out of it, although he was unqualified. And the reason he's unqualified in the first place is because he doesn't have the funds. He doesn't have the funds to run the ads. He does not have the funds to pay us, so on and so forth. And he has 2 trucks on the road. So in terms of business size, he has 2 trucks, but he's pretty much running month to month, absolutely terrible average ticket, so on and so forth. So overall, not the greatest call per se, but a similar thing this Tuesday where a lot of it was just double down focused on sales. And regarding to this Wednesday, May 7th, in terms of the actual three calls that we have on the calendar that are first call interviews, one of them was disqualified. One of them did not show. It was an invalid email and an invalid phone number, so there was really not a way for us to get in touch with them. The phone number looks right, but whenever you dial, it really leads nowhere. In terms of the call that actually showed that is qualified, the call was pretty good, which you're probably thinking, probably just saying it was a pretty good call, but we never got the close. which is a reoccurring theme right here, which just pinpoints and puts a magnifying glass on my weak point, which is sales. For Thursday, the 8th of May, more role playing, training, getting more involved with Jason. Obviously, that's throughout the week. Probably should have mentioned that in the other videos. But getting more involved with the setting, getting more involved with the data tracking, making sure that we could push the ball forward, pretty much click to close, right? That first part, kind of exactly what happens. I want to understand what's going on there, because that's where people are falling off, right? It's the click to close. They're not falling off at service delivery. That's locked down. That's good. They're falling off before they get there. So that's the part that I'm trying to put most of my time and attention to and really get dialed down. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet. It's in the works, so it's only hopefully a matter of time. But on the bright side, today or tomorrow, we're hopefully gonna get our not our first close, but second or third close on this offer, which is finally after being dry, which is completely my fault. So there's that. We've had multiple guys who are pretty much at the edge. I actually have a call in like 10 minutes or so with a guy who I'm pretty confident he's going to close. Just to give some context, he didn't come from the ads, by the way, but one of the clients that we have, it's two partners. I believe they split. They didn't tell me, but all of a sudden, each one reaches out to me for more marketing. So there has to be a split, which is more money for me, but it's bad for them. But at the same time, they're going to like two different complete directions in terms of the plumbing market. So maybe that's why they split. So there's that. I believe, this guy is pretty much on the edge. He has the invoice link, he has everything, and he sent me a text this morning actually, because he didn't make it to was going to be the onboarding call yesterday, but he said, I'm so sorry, my kid got sick when I got home. I could have some time for you on Monday. Please don't give up on me. If he's saying don't give up on me, it's probably going to be a close, but I need to reply to him. So I need to do that. And I think that's going to be pretty much a close. And so far for the month, we're like at $8,000 in revenue. So it's not bad.
I only have one thing I want to chat about today, and so why are we not at 75K a month yet?
Because I suck at sales. But I think I dialed in where I'm bad at sales and actually doing something about it. My two weak points, I think it's objection handling, but in the discovery, not doing what needs to be done to even prevent those objections from coming up, right? That's what is really stopping me. At least in my opinion, because marketing is good, service delivery is good, everything's good.
Well, how many calls do you have on your calendar every day that show up?
Today I have 1, 2, 3. Wait, today I have 4 calls. One guy unqualified, one guy didn't show, one guy showed, and one guy is later today at 6. That has 30 trucks on the road. Wednesday we had 1, 2, 3. So Wednesday we had 3 calls. One guy's unqualified, one guy qualified, and one guy was a follow-up from before.
When you say unqualified, what do you mean?
I just got the second truck on the road. Revenue to the business is $8,000 for the whole month.
Why is a client doing $8K a month unqualified?
Because they can't. On the road. Because they can't pay us and run ads. Fair
You
enough.
signed up for a
So
$10,000 program at 0.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I think the point is, so you're trying to say, if they wanted it bad, they would have been able to make it for fine $8,000.
Like, did you cancel as well?
No, I did not. I showed to the call.
Oh, you took the call.
Yes, I took the call.
Okay. Well, that's better.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you
I'm not gonna
cancel
cancel. No. I'll take any call that comes. The worst case scenario is practice, because holy shit, do I need that?
19, last month for this month. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'd say so. Qualified.
Okay.
Close.
So you've got a 25% offer to close rate and a 15.79% close rate. You're not bad at sales. Like this is not terrible. It could be
Where-
better. Like
where are
we
they-
could
yeah,
get it to 35.
Oh,
Do you want
for
to know
sure.
why I'm asking about this? Because I'm just like, how much revenue did you make last month on these closes? These 3 closes you got last month.
Like probably 15, like cash collected, or
Yep. You made 15K cash collected last month.
Probably something like that.
Okay, and then
Something
from these deals, right?
yes.
Then what else? Like you had recurring revenue and stuff as well. So like, what was your top line last month? Why is it taking you so long to tell me how long you did, how much revenue you did last month?
I'm trying to get through to fan bases.
Okay,
20.
but you should know this.
Yeah, I should probably know this. Yeah, but 27.
Okay. So you're telling me how much you spent on ads?
12.
You spent 12K on ads. You brought back in 15, and those are recurring revenue. I'm assuming, right?
Point is, we're making money. Just we could be so much better.
Yeah. How much lifetime value are they bringing?
I think the LTV was like $6,000, I believe. That's what you're asking.
So, no, like what I'm asking is like of the $15,000, like you closed 3 deals that paid on average 5K each in the first month in April, right?
Correct.
So how much are they going to pay you throughout their lifetime? Like how much contract value did you use?
So the contract value was either it was something in the 20s, high 20s. I
Okay,
believe.
so you're collecting like you're collecting like 50% upfront payments, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, you spent 12 and you brought back 30.
Yes.
Okay. That's your problem.
The setter? Okay,
Yeah.
actually, the setter, I figured out why his pitch rate was low. He wasn't counting the guys that, like the callbacks, or the guys that were not interested as pitched. I mean, so like when he was dialing, his 2 things were they disqualified or were they pitched? Like some people, like it was not the right person like picking up for some reason. Like some of the options maybe like put their business number and was off slate or whatever the case might be. And some people he had to call back, so he wasn't considering this as pitched, which is why his data was like completely off.
Yeah, but still, like, you had how many calls booked? Like, is he triaging the appointments to book in your calendar? He is, right?
Yeah.
And that's whenever he triages one, he counts it as an appointment set?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you had 19 appointments booked in your calendar in April, 4 booked this month. So he set all the ones from this month, but like last month, when did he start again?
I believe like April 1st. April 1st was like his first like actual day.
Yeah. No, I mean the way you're bringing in like not even a 2x front end return on spend. Like you spent 12,000 on ads last month,
Yes.
and you brought back 15 in cash, 30K in contract.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we need to make this work properly. Be bringing in at least $36,000 in cash, probably.
So at least like 2x up front.
Yeah. For this to like really work, you got like 3x lifetime value, which is fine. It just means it's gonna scale a lot slower. But like the biggest problem that I'm seeing, the reason I'm asking this question is because you don't have enough appointments on your calendar. And like that could be the thing that makes a difference, because you're just like you're not taking that many calls, and therefore you're not in your closing pocket. Like having 5 calls a day versus 2 calls a day is the difference between a 15 and a 20% close rate, without changing anything about your sales skills.
To solve that problem, more calls on the calendar. How do we do that? Is like is the setting, you think that's where people are falling off? or the biggest lever?
Well, yeah, like
Um,
we can be much better on the setting front, and we can spend more. Like it's just those two things. Like what was your show rate? We had. I mean, this is fucked.
yeah.
That's terrible. So you had 19 showed calls, but really you had 60 booked calls. So if you doubled that show rate, you would probably also
Doubled cash collected.
exactly. And this comes down to mainly setting. He still hasn't joined any of our meetings.
I asked him that today.
Like I haven't seen him since the first week he's been working with you.
Oh shit.
Like he
Anyways,
needs to be on those meetings.
he needs to be there more.
Yeah. How many times at the end of each day that we've had like 5-6 calls booked? Have you gone through every single one, read all the messages that were sent to them, listened to the call recording that Jason had with them? You've never done it.
Yeah, no. Like go back one by one.
Yeah.
And do it. No,
Yeah, I do that every single day with our sales team. This is your problem right here. Like the appointments he sets don't show.
Yeah.
Which means that he's setting them bad. There's room for improvement.
I listened to a call today.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
every call he sets, you should listen to. Every call he sets that doesn't show, you should listen to. Give him feedback on. You should audit all the communications with leads. See what your response rates are like. Like these are things that I do all the time. I'll bring you in on one that I do next week with our team, so that you can kind of see what the process looks like, and you can just imitate that. But the second you take your foot off the gas and you don't provide them the growth, you don't provide them the feedback, all the bad habits start to roll back in, and everything shuts the bed. Exactly. So, like we don't need to spend $24,000 on ads, because I don't think that will solve your problem. It's just gonna exacerbate it. We need to get this set to show rate to 70 to 80% minimum. You're not a bad closer. I think you're just focusing your time in the wrong places. What you are, and I'll be honest, is a bad manager. Like your bottleneck is not your inability to close; it's the lack of appointments you have showing up. Right? And the easiest way to get more appointments to show is to get your setter to set more appointments, and also to get a higher set to show rate. And to do that, we need to manage him and train him and give him better growth on a day-to-day basis. Better.
And that's on me, obviously.
100% it's on you. 100%.
Okay. My plan is I want to go to every lead, track them by email, see which video they opted in from, right? See where the good leads, which video they opted in, scale that video if we can, the bad leads, so on and so forth, and kind of just segment it, see where are they going? Where are they going? Right? That's really what I'm trying to figure out. Where are they falling? And fix that. A lot of calls, not as many sales calls, but calls with the team overall, like with Jason, doing a lot of training this week and last week. The setting is a bottleneck for sure. And that's obviously on me actually training him, right? And being on top of it now. Obviously, I have never really managed a team because I only had like a VA to scale this. So I don't know if you consider that a team, but I feel like the amount of work that needs to be done isn't what I expected. And I was actually just on a call earlier with Noah. We were going over how he does the whole sales management admin work, where he goes over pretty much every single call they had for the day, goes over every single end of day report, replies to every single end of day report, checks with the calls to see if they closed, if they didn't, why they didn't close, checks if there's any problems with the workflows, which we were on that call because I should be doing that. I didn't know. So definitely reset the bar there. And I'm going to do it for the past couple of days that we had, and kind of review pretty much every single call, every single set, so on and so forth. In terms of today, the sales calls, they weren't bad. I mean, we had one call didn't show at all. The call that showed, it was pretty good. The guy was almost screaming at me like 5 minutes into the call because it seems like he gets on many of these calls. It closed, by the way, but
Yeah.
So it's really about leveraging that to your best of abilities to get you the results that you want to get. Because clearly, if you could get the calls, you could probably sell them and could probably do a good job too, based on these
Yeah.
reviews. So it's just
So
a matter of getting the
what
calls.
about like would I have to do SEO too, or I don't have to do SEO with you?
Nah, we take care of it too. Like 3600, taking care of your SEO, your geotagging, your pay-per-click, your LSA, your Facebook, your Instagram, your social medias, replying to your reviews, like pretty much A to Z. We help you get more calls using everything that we went over. Plugging in the same exact system that these guys that have 20, 30 trucks on the road are getting.
Where's your Google profile?
I don't create a Google profile for me.
Why?
'Cause I don't need it. I have all video testimonials. I have guys in trucks with videos talking about me. I could pull them up if you want, or you could call them. It's really.
I can call a couple guys.
You want me to call Ox Plumbing right now?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put him on speaker. You hear it? Here's the name so you can see it.
I ended up getting another truck right away, and then the profitability on it was crazy, man. I went from doing maybe $10,000 to $50,000 to $60,000 a month, and the calls, man, they were just nonstop ringing.
A to Z. Listen, we're pretty much a partner at this point. You come in, we take care of everything A to Z, and like what you heard, Eric, we get on a call on a weekly basis to see how everything's going.
And you're gonna be responsible for my account.
Yes, it's gonna be me. You're gonna be on the Slack with me, Larry, and a couple of my team members, and that's all there is to it.
Fucking do it.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
total contract value is $9,000, but $3,000 monthly. I think what went well on that call, I kind of detached from the sale at the beginning because like him screaming at me early on, I didn't think it was going to close. So I just took it as provide some value. It worked, it closed. But pretty much what we did is we went over all of his ad accounts, his Google business profile, his website, so on and so forth, and told him how shit his stuff were because they were horrible. And then he kind of asked, okay, what would we do? So on and so forth. I explained it, and then he still didn't believe me. So what I did is I just called one of my guys that we're working with for over a year. I put him on speaker and I let him speak to each other. And I think that's what sold him. So maybe I should do a little more of that.
So what's stopping you from closing more deals right now? You closed one. Why don't we do 3 or 4 this week?
Well, we didn't have crazy volume of good calls on the calendar. And then we had something that happened actually pretty interesting. Some dudes are set on the same day, confirmed, and they still don't show. Like, it happened like twice within one day.
How?
They opt in the same day. We set them in, and they still don't show.
The fuck? Okay.
I know. And I listened to the calls. We gave them a reason to show. We went over their pain points, and it was actually pretty interesting that they didn't show.
Thanks, guys, for watching this video. Now, if you want to see the entire series, click right here. And if you want to see the next episode, here it is for you there.